Hey, what's going on, guys? Big Boy Got Game. Wanted to make a little video today. Just got off work, so I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and this is a fun one that I can keep updating the more I grow as a person and the more... Oh, and we're back. Sorry, the camera decided it did not want to focus very well for some reason. Anyways, this is going to be my tattoo tour video. I've seen a lot of people make these. I think they're a really cool idea. I'm obsessed with tattoos and what other people have, and watching tattoo artists do what they do. So I decided I'd make this video. So yeah, we're gonna start off by taking my watch off first of all. So oh god, the struggle is real. Anyways, the watch is off. That was lame. Anyways, guys, so let's start with the first tattoo I ever got. Okay, so it's this one right here. If you guys can see it. Memories, photos of you and me. So that is the first tattoo I ever got. I was 17 years old. 17 with a week to go till my 18th birthday. Like exactly a week. I got it on a Sunday. Turned 18 the very next Sunday. So what it says is, you do not understand what I am doing now, but someday you will. John 13:7. That's my life verse. It's my favorite verse. I am a fairly religious person. I'm a fairly conservative person. And, you know, it really speaks to me in a number of ways. Like, I don't really understand what's happening, but I know someday it'll all make sense to me, and God will show me that. That's my personal beliefs. I'm not the kind of person to push them on anybody, but yeah, those are my personal beliefs. Do this. So now a lot of my friends tried to mess with me and tell me that it means bursting bamboo, but it doesn't. It means godliness and faithfulness. So I should put a little thing up on the screen here. Anyways, yeah, I just, you know, it's super cliche to have like that kind of script on your arm, but I've just always kind of liked it a little, so I decided to get it right there on my wrist, and it really means a lot to me, and I really like the way it looks. It's actually one of my favorite tattoos that I have. I don't know, something about it, I just love it. I love to just look at it like I'm doing now. I forget it's there, you know, you'll know if you're a tattooed person, you know that you kind of just forget they're there half the time. Moving on, tattoo number 3 that I got in order would have been boom, boom, boom. Now this one, now that one right there that you guys just saw actually probably has the most meaning to me personally. You'll see, you know, you'll see the roses here that are all around it. Those represent all the women in my lives, my mother and my grandmother, and, you know, aunts, and grandmothers, I should say. You know, and aunts, and just people in my life, women in my life specifically, that have just kind of helped shape me into the man I am trying to become. And that's what the diamond represents. It's also like a self-worth thing, because I've always kind of struggled with depression a lot. You know, I mean, it sounds dumb to say, I guess, but it almost seems true as well. Like, who hasn't nowadays, you know? But like, everybody's got their demons, you know, and that's one of mine. And so the diamond really represents, you know, self-worth and also like whatever they've shaped me to become, you know, a diamond in the rough, if you will, as cliche it is. Plus, personally, I think this looks absolutely sick. I love this piece. I think it looks really wicked sweet. And then actually, the most meaning part, you're probably looking at it and wondering, what the hell is the bandana there for? My father, who passed away when I was 10 years old, would, you know, he worked construction his whole life, so he pretty much always wore bandanas. And one of the bandanas he always wore was just, you know, a regular black bandana that looks like this one that you can see on my arm, you know. And so I got it put on me to remember him. You know, like I say, died when I was 10, so I can only remember so much about him, but He was a good father. He really was, all in all, and he loved me to death. I have no doubt about that. So, you know, that's it's pretty close to my heart. It's probably my favorite piece because of that. I think all my tattoos look really good, but moving on to number 4 and 5, got them done at the same time in order. I think probably my best looking tattoo, all in all, is going to be this owl on my forearm.
We can't change, that everything will always change, but we'll remember this as it is today in time. We both know you won't be mine.
I love all the work I have, I really do. But yeah, it looks killer. I mean, my tattoo artist, Josh for the win. All right, JOSHFTW. So if you're in the Virginia area, more like the Shenandoah area, I guess it would be more like that area around like Strasburg, Front Royal, Winchester area. Check out Sakura VA. Okay, Sakura Tattoos, and hit up my man Josh Stevens. This is his full name, Josh for the win, as he goes by. Josh FTW on Instagram. I'll put his tag in this video. I really will. But yeah, and the clock, as you can see here, I try and get it up on the camera. This is a weird thing to do, I'll be honest. But the clock, as you can see, is set for the time of 5:40. So that is as the time I was born in the morning, and it's also the area code in which I live, 540. So it's kind of like a double thing there. And I love it. I think it's pimp. And there's really not a whole lot more to say about that. Yeah, it's the pocket watch that the owl is like holding. It's got, I guess, talons it would be on top of it. And I mean, I love it. I think the piece looks killer, looks sick. I mean, Josh does incredible work in my opinion, obviously. Literally every piece I have is done by him. And then moving on to number 5, this bad
boy. Recalling memories, photos of you and me, how you used to say the future's on its way. Recalling memories.
Yeah, that's my 5th tattoo that I've ever gotten. Like I said, all this is in chronological order, if you will. But I got both of these pieces here literally the same day, a 6-hour session. I think the shop is open. The shop I go to is literally only open for like 8 or 9 hours a day, I believe. I'm sure the artists stay a lot longer doing more, but they're only open to like their clientele for that long. And I'm sure in special occasions, or just in general, if they set it up, there's sometimes they'll, you know, people will stay there longer to finish up sessions. But for me, it was a 6-hour session. I believe I went in at 11, and we didn't start tattooing until around 12, and then finished up around 6. So roughly 6 hours, you know, because I don't know exactly when we started, but we started around 12 and finished up around 6. So yeah, anyways, you know, knocked out. And this, man, let me tell you, let me just run it back real quick to this piece right here, dude. Oh, it was a killer, man. It hurt, like all the shading and stuff, dude. It, by far the worst tattoo I've ever got pain-wise. Like it, I've never tapped out during a tattoo. I hold pride in that. I don't have that many, I know, but I hold pride in that. I'll do my very best to never tap out getting tattooed. Like, I don't want to. Like, to each his own. It's not like it's just a me thing. Like, you know, like I can do this, I know I can do this kind of thing. So I've never tapped out during it, and I didn't. But God, that's the only one I've ever came close to really wanting to. But this bad boy back here, back in 1-2, it did not hurt. And the meaning behind it, you know, for me, just to go into it, everybody normally talks about meaning with tattoos. For me, there's pretty much every piece I have, but one that you can kind of see now back here has meaning. This is the only one back here that we'll get to that I don't really have meaning for. I just really like the way it looked, and I just needed some filler space back there, and it looks killer. And yeah, anyways, we'll get to that. But everything else has meaning to me. So this bad boy, it's almost self-explanatory, I suppose. You know, tagging back to the religious thing, you know, my artist came up with the idea. I give my artist pretty much complete freedom. Well, I come up with some super base ideas. I'm a firm believer, and you really should do this, it's proper etiquette really, but I'm a firm believer that your tattoo artist is going to know more than you, and he's going to do a better job if you just kind of let them do their thing with it. So I was like, yeah, man, I want an owl with a pocket watch over here, however you want it to look, do your thing, and I want a cross on this side, and whatever you want to rock with that, do your thing. And this is what he drew up, and I was like, that's sick, dude, let's do it. That's literally exactly how it went. And so, you know, it really kind of works. The cross is to represent, obviously, like, it's not the same type of cross, clearly. He made it look like more artistic, I guess, and cooler, if you will. And I like the way it looks. But, you know, long story short, you know, it's the cross to represent Jesus dying on the cross and the heart kind of flows with being like he died on the cross to come into my heart and save me. So, which I'll be honest, I kind of picked that part up after he drew it. Like, I don't think I've never told anybody this, but I will gladly tell you guys and anybody I know that has heard my story with this now, you'll know. After he drew the heart up, I kind of ran with that part because it does fit, but the heart actually was not initially my idea at all. It was his, and I rock with it. And he threw the 3 like roses on there. They look pimp. I tell people if you want, you can say Trinity. But all in all, they're kind of just there for the art, and they look rad, in my opinion. I love my work, man, I really do. Alright, and then moving on after that, I needed to get some more filler, but I kept it with the gist, and it has meaning, you know, to remember to pray. But you'll see it's cliche. I have a couple cliche tattoos, and I got no problem with it because I love them. They're rad. I love black and gray. So yeah, I love black and gray. I want to get black and gray all on this arm and color on this arm. So yeah, as you saw, that's my praying hands. Kind of got the praying beads. Kind of like. Kind of seems more like a Catholic thing, but if you do you do your research and you go back on history, it's not just Catholics that have been doing that, and it's still not just Catholics. So the prayer beads, in essence, kind of come down to just they've been more taken by that, and it's definitely probably more what they are now, and have been for a while, to be fair. But there were a lot of Christian monks back in the day that would use them to just remember to pray and remember what they wanted to be thankful for. There's a lot of different things that can be used for, so that's why we rock with that. That was also more his idea too, though, the praying beads with the cross specifically, that is. But like the praying hands was my idea. Obviously I told him to make them however he wanted it. Needed something for that space. Actually initially when I was going in, not like you can see how all this is kind of shaded in a little more now. That wasn't like that. And I was thinking, trying to think how to show you. This space right here, where you're right on top of, it's hard for me to show and point, but this space right here was where I initially wanted the hands to be, just really small praying hands. Then we stick something else back here, but he's like, I don't like it, not enough space, it's not going to look right. You know, I don't know if he didn't feel comfortable with doing that small of a tattoo. He didn't say that necessarily. He said it would be too small, didn't feel it would come out right. So kind of, I guess, in a way, which I think is a cool thing for an artist to be real about. But at the same time, I thoroughly think he could have done it, and I think he could have done it, but he didn't like it because he knew he could put more detail and make it look better the way he did do it. So I'm very happy with that, and I got no problem with this just being shaded in. I really don't. I'm sure you noticed, like, part of it is kind of light. We've actually went over it twice up here in the top. I don't know if it's me messing it up when healing it or my skin there. It's just like refusing to take the ink. Because it just does not, like there's ink there, but it does not want to get like dark. Or maybe, I don't know. Anyways, moving on to tattoo, that was tattoo number 6. Would this be the right way to show it to you guys? Or would it still be, it's backwards on the camera, so I really don't know which way you guys are seeing this. So it probably, I guess it works out either way, but tattoo number 6 was that one. This is tattoo number 7. Okay? 7, not the reason it is a 7, but wait, I'm messing up, guys. I already messed it up. Like I said earlier, I might mess it up because I forget so much about it. Now, the 7 on my arm is not my 7th tattoo. I lied. This back here, oh, I sincerely apologize. This back here is my 7th tattoo.
The future's on its way, defining our memories as the difference between you and me. Writing our history, creating our memories.
And that is actually my 7th tattoo. And that is, you know, it's like I said earlier, that one doesn't really have a whole lot of meaning. I always kind of wanted a dagger, so I got my dagger. It was actually a piece that my artist had drew up on his Instagram. Like he drew it up and posted a picture of it on his Instagram. Wasn't exactly how he drew it. It was actually just a bunch of leaves. There was like a flower and a bunch of leaves around it. And the way it looked to me, I thought there was a dagger through it. And I was like, that looks sick. And so, you know, I hit him up on Instagram and I'm like, you know, this is probably not good etiquette, so don't do this. But I hit him up and I was like, hey man, that's a super killer piece. What would you think about doing that for? You know, dude, just come into the shop, we'll talk about it. You know, the way I should have known it in the first place. Anyway, so we get in there and I talk about it, and he gives me a good price. I think I paid like $120 for it, I think. Yeah, and he's showing it to me, and I'm like, huh, I gotta be honest, man. I really like the way this looks. Like, I love that dagger. And he goes, huh? And I'm like, oh. Not that he drew it wrong or that he's a bad artist. It's not him. It was just me. For some reason, I really thought it was a dagger. And he goes, no, it's actually not a dagger. They're just some leaves. And I was like, oh, I'm really sorry, man. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I just seriously thought it was a dagger. And he goes, no disrespect. I actually think that looks pretty cool. What if we draw it up like that, and we did like the mandala, which is what was already there, and we do the, and we do the dagger through it. And I was like, yeah, man, I love that. That's kind of what I was thinking. It's kind of what I was thinking in the first place. Once again, no disrespect to your artwork. It's just what I thought I saw. And he goes, yeah, dude, let's just do that. So, you know, we killed it, got the dagger through the mandala, which I've also always wanted a mandala. So it's literally just two things of art that I always wanted. So if you want to give it a meaning, that's the meaning. It's just two things of art I always wanted. And it looks rad, it looks super sick, and I love it. All right, now, my 8th tattoo, oh boy, is this bad boy that you've already seen, you know, and yeah, it's a 7. You can see here, if I get up close for y'all, how you doing? Yeah, you can see there's like a scar there, right? So that's actually, I fell at a friend's house, through a trailer, and the board came up and smacked me kind of like a rake in a cartoon. And I was in the ER for a little bit. Just, I didn't want to be. I went to urgent care. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta go to ER. It's a head thing. We can't do it. Pissed me off. Had to get my stitches, which, I don't know. I'm glad I did, because it probably would have looked way worse if I didn't. But that's a pain in the A. Anyways, yeah, got it done. So, but I had to get 7 stitches. Once again, back to the religious thing, it's actually not a lucky number 7, but you could say that, and I'm sure plenty of people will think that, and that's fine. And I feel like he even totally drew it up to kind of look more like a lucky number 7, which I'm still thoroughly okay with. It's like I said, I really just let him do what he wants with it. But, yeah, no, it's just to represent the 7 stitches I had in my eye, and God's favorite number is said to be 7, you know, the 7 candles and all that stuff. So, so yeah, it's to just remind me of all the times God has really looked out for me, and that's really what that 7 is. So that has a lot of meaning to me as well. But yeah, for now, guys, that is it, man. That is my tattoo tour. That is all the tats I got so far. Yeah, I ain't got no more. Not yet. I want plenty more. I want all my arms done. I want my chest done. I don't think I'm gonna touch the belly. At least not until I can lose it. That's for sure, if I ever lose it. Probably touch the back a little, not too much. Kind of just like the upper back. It's like the stomach and the lower back is not an area that I would like to get tattooed. I just don't think it's for me, you know. If I was to do that, I'd get a full back piece. I'm like 50-50 if I want a full back piece or just the top of my back done. If this stuff works out for me with YouTube and everything and pursuing my dreams with esports organization, would love to get blasted on the neck, bro. Not even gonna lie, I love neck tattoos and job stoppers, as they call them. But I ain't touching that stuff if it don't happen, because I do need jobs currently. So I ain't touching my hands, and I ain't touching my neck, and I ain't touching my fingers as bad as I want to until all this works out for me. But so yeah, guys, that's been my tattoo tour. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, and please, for the love of God, it's free, subscribe to my channel. Peace, big boys out.